Welcome to From the Coffee Shop podcast. I'm Rick Entrop.
I'm Peggy Hurson.
And I'm Scott Clark.
And we are coming to you from Caffe Ladro in beautiful downtown Bothell again.
It is not Caffe Ladro.
No. Contrary to popular misspelling belief.
Ladro.
As I said, that makes everybody sound fat.
Yeah.
P-H-A-T.
There we go.
What up? Anyway, I like the word Lardo.
It's snowy February 9th, Sunday again, and there's a little bit of snow, but I guess it's probably going to melt by the end of the day, I suppose. But
it's supposed to snow a tiny bit more in the midday, but then it's a high of 43 today.
Yeah.
It's really, like, the roads are fine.
Yeah. Well, this area seems
crazy, but
to me that's what happens. If there's cloud cover, you're going to get that greenhouse effect, and it's not going to get much below freezing.
Right.
Totally.
It's very rare. Well, but then it gets really bad if it does. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I heard.
Well, last night it was kind of a hot mess. My nephew Christopher's in town.
Yeah.
Rick and mine both nephew. Rick,
not my nephew.
Not Scott's nephew. But everyone else's nephew.
Our Sam Scott's nephew.
Yes, exactly.
He's up for adoption now, I hear.
True.
There we go. So,
will be your child for food.
Yeah, there we go.
He was picking me up. Picking me up from my women's chorus concert last night. And, he dropped me off. We went out to dinner I had like a 3-hour break, and we went to this really great place in Belltown. Is it called Three Bells or Two Bells?
Two Bell Tavern.
Two Bell Tavern.
Two Bell Tavern?
Sorry. Exactly. That had the most delicious cider I've ever had.
Oh, yeah.
Was it hard cider?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I think it was called
Awesome.
like Julianne's or something.
Pretty high proof?
I don't
stuff,
think so, no.
Just kind of a beer?
Just, like cider.
Okay,
Cider's
cool.
higher alcohol content than beer.
That's what I understand, yeah.
Unless you get the bottled kind of, it's exactly the same. But it was like a little spicy and had like a little bit of a berry flavor mixed with the apple. It was so good.
I'll try it.
And really,
Two Bells?
Yeah, Two Bells.
Cool.
And really yummy burgers.
Ooh.
Like on like toasted brioche rolls and like tons of oil. And it was just delicious. Anyway, what kind of burger? I got on a tangent. I had the blue burger, blue cheese.
The tangent burger?
Yeah. And Christopher had one with like grilled onions. Swiss.
Ooh,
Swiss.
Nice.
Yeah. They were really tasty.
Cool.
Anyway, so then he dropped me off and it had just started to snow. And then he went to my apartment and hung out and then came back at 10. And it was like, I was like trudging through snow and calling him to find a way for him to get there without having to go down the Denny Hill.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I was like, don't take Denny.
No.
Please, I don't want you to die.
Want to go car sledding.
Yep. I've gone car sledding on that hill when it wasn't even snowing.
Really? Oh,
just
wow.
hit an oily patch going up the hill and went car sledding.
Wow.
Anyway,
Crazy.
that hill is kind of bonkers.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Good to know.
so that sucked, and I was like, oh man, this is total shitstorm. But this morning it seems fine.
Blizzard 2014.
The whole whopping 2 inches of it.
Yeah.
But it is amazing how like the hills impact, because in Chicago, people fart this much snow every day. It's like no big deal. But everything's so flat.
Yeah,
and
you
like,
sneeze and it's a little cold.
I
and
know,
it's over.
that's it. But and there's so much public transportation that they put the buses last night on bus rerouting or on snow rerouting.
Snow routes, yeah.
And it was like, there's not that much snow, but there's so many hills that And on our way home, there were like 10 buses just stopped in the middle of the road.
I heard that, this might have been last year, but like the Department of Transportation spends its budget so quick that if it gets late in the winter, they just don't have the funds to get the salt trucks out or whatever the trucks out.
I did notice there's not a lot of salt going on.
There's not, we don't salt.
No. Oh, really?
No, only
I
sand.
didn't realize that. Well, I didn't see any sand
Also,
either.
the snow season here is so hit and miss.
Yeah, true. Yeah. It's not.
It lasts. I mean, if it's a week, that's a long.
True.
That's a long season.
Yeah. I can't.
We just don't
remember
have the
a season
practice.
where it snowed like 3 times that it stayed for more than 2 days in a season. So
it just doesn't. We don't get the practice in it either. So that's why we can't drive in the snow.
Yeah.
Just like people that come
Speak
from
for
the desert.
yourself there, no.
I know. No,
I
but
can't. Let's be general.
we were driving.
You never find the person that says, I can't drive in the snow. It's always somebody else.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, I drive and crash
I'm not.
just fine. I drive and then crash and drive.
There we go.
Drive and crash. I was driving Christopher's other aunt's car because she has studs. And it was handling, like, really,
cool.
It drives really nice.
Is that all-wheel drive as well?
No, but it has
good tires.
really good tires and
that
really
can
good
make a
handling.
difference.
And I was like, it felt like nothing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, maybe I should get studs.
I'm kind of concerned about getting back up our hill at our apartment
yeah.
because we kind of slid down. I'm like, I'm sure hope there's no traffic coming because otherwise there's a wreck going. Yeah, we went car sledding this morning a little bit.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, we'll see. I mean, it should warm up a little bit, so hopefully there's enough ruts to get up the hill.
It's true.
It's that wet kind of snow too, where it doesn't really pack down. It just as soon as it gets touched, it turns to slush.
Right. Yeah. So it'll be more of a slushy,
not
pull
icy
rather than icy slide.
That's true. Cool.
So what's new, everybody?
Well,
I guess. All right. Why don't we get the Super Bowl out of the way?
Yeah.
If that's clever. All right. Well, way to go, Seahawks.
Yay,
that was sure fun show.
This is actually, I'm back to normal voice now. Like Wednesday, I was still harsh.
Oh, wow.
We went to a bar.
For what? Screaming?
Oh,
Yeah, just going ape shit. Because I've been pent up for a while now. I haven't watched any sports for like 3 years, and then one night I saw.
You got it all out in one big bomb.
One
Cool.
One big release.
Yeah, I watched it at Rick's house.
Yeah, we all just had a cozy little.
Yeah, we had a good time. And
nacho
like halfway
Super Bowl
through,
party.
We're like totally disinterested in the game because it was such a
started
slaughter.
turning on other things and kind of. Well, we have two TVs in our living room. Not to TMI everybody, but you know.
Yeah, we definitely
one's
were
for picture, one's for
distracted.
sound.
Yeah, well, we have literally picture-by-picture entertainment. So it's like if the commercial's going, then you'd rather go to TV to fill in the.
We got interviewed by the Tacoma News Tribune actually, and I ended up on their online edition.
Huh? Did you plug us?
I did.
You did? Nice.
But it didn't get mentioned.
Cool. Oh, really? Did they cut it out?
Cut you down.
Yeah, it was like such a. I mean, the article was so long, and they mentioned where they were at. But we went to this place called Rock the Dock on Dock Street in Tacoma, which is a really cool bar, which is on the water. So you not only are you sitting in the bar, but you get the nice marina view and all that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it was pretty neat. That place is standing room only, pretty much.
Yeah. Did anybody go to the parade Wednesday? Other than Peggy, who lives right there.
Yeah, I inadvertently was near it.
Yeah.
But I went to work, and my coworkers took some of our clients down.
Oh,
and
fun.
I was like, no thanks.
Heck no. Yeah.
There's nothing I can think of wanting to do less.
No, for me it was a complete wash, so I decided not to go. It's like the being in the thick and the parking and just the hassle would not outweigh the "ooh, I'm a part of it" feeling.
Yeah,
right.
You know, it just was.
Sometimes it does. Like there's things like the Pride Parade last year was fun to go down to because it's kind of like a chaotic thing.
Yeah, but 750,000 people didn't go to the Pride Parade.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
750,
it's like heavy or like bumper shoot.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
I hate bumper shoot.
You know what? It's gotten way better though because it wasn't even close to what you guys are saying.
Oh yeah.
It was like chill in the park.
Well, because bumper shoot from my experiences have been what the parade kind of was without the
close.
Blue and green. Oh yeah.
No,
but it depends on when you go too, because we went Sunday.
They've improved the access though. It's not the shitstorm like waiting for 12 hours to get into things anymore. It's like you can get tickets to all of the indoor venues ahead of time. So you wait in a line and you go, I want to go to this, I want to go to this, I want to go to this, and then the outdoor stages are in bigger areas, and it's way different.
Right. Well,
but something like that, it's like, well, that's not kind of a hassle, but it's like it doesn't go to the point of like being just like standing in a line all day.
But I heard that a lot of people said it was very friendly, no really big trouble.
I'm sure the people were just great. It's just literally the sardine can.
I think I've only been once to the bumper shoot.
Oh yeah. Oh, she was talking about the parade.
Oh, parade. Oh yeah.
You'll no overturn cop cars or.
I never understand the we're so happy.
The mob mentality, like soccer that happens around the world, like when
if you lose, I can understand being pissed and breaking things. But it doesn't make sense to me to be like, yay,
we're so happy.
Like those things don't go together to me.
It's like a happy cry.
Oh my gosh. And I went on a big rant this morning to my nephew about the 12.
Yeah.
Every fucking where on earth is a 12. And here's why it bugs me. A, it is everywhere. Every direction you look, there is a number 12.
Yeah.
B,
there's a 12 right over. Okay, I saw this. It's on one of these buildings. I'm sorry, but
that's okay.
It's close. In
fact, everywhere. Every single building you look at has
it's like an internet meme.
Yeah, yes. I totally stepped on your story there. Sorry.
It's boring. There's nothing cool about the 12 in and of itself because it's just a 12. Like there's nothing exciting visually about it. See, the Seahawks logo is beautiful. The hawk is gorgeous. It's easy to draw. I could draw it.
Yeah.
If there wasn't a 12, there would be Seahawks everywhere, and it would be very pretty. But it's not. It's just a 12, and it's not clever. It's like it's not even. It doesn't even really make any sense that you're like the 12th man on the field. But there are other players of the Seahawks. There are totally 11 of them. Like I get it. Like I get what they're trying to say by it, but to me
we're
it's
the 12th
so
dude
uncreative.
on the field, I guess, is
I know, but
not to
other players that are the 12th. It makes to me it's just everybody loves it so much, but to me it's so uncreative.
I'm gonna get
that,
you an I Heart 12 shirt for your
birthday. It really annoys me.
There's a story behind the 12 too, because I guess it happened a while ago, and then
it was the season of 05 that they introduced it, and Paul Allen.
I think it was longer than that, wasn't it?
Well, it's actually it goes back to the Texas A&M, the Aggies, is they used to dress up or suit up a person and put them in the crowd, and he would be the 12th man in case one of their players got hurt. And that was
that's funny.
Yeah, that's
so
where
that's
the term of the
then.
12th man comes from. It's because there was a big lawsuit between the Aggies and the Seahawks.
Weird.
Because Paul Allen actually bought.
Who can trademark a number? What the heck
It's actually the 12th man. It's the whole phrase.
Oh, the phrase. Okay, gotcha. Okay, well that's a little different.
It's copyright.
Yeah.
And so he actually pays a copyright.
That's funny.
A fee every year, like $10,000.
Yeah, that's really funny. I just think it's there's a cooler visual that they could have Seahawks everywhere, and I would love that because it's really pretty. But instead, it's just like a 12 written on a window. Or
I wonder if
a 12 on someone's car.
American Indians, the local Native Americans have issues because it's like a tribal. Yeah, I know there's a few that they get real uptight when people copy their art. It's like
it's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd be a little more uptight that we took your shit, but I guess that's part of it.
But you live on the most invaluable property.
Not to put thoughts in people's minds, but I think they get more upset when it's names of things that Kamayakin, the high school I went to, is the name of an Indian chief.
Right.
And then the tribe was cool with the name, but when you try to get two Native Americans around it, but it's not stuff from their tribe, they're you're just throwing in stereotypes with things that are real.
Being hipster with it or making fun of it, then if you're doing it ironically, but there's actually, it's just a symbol of a unity of something.
But what I'm saying is I don't think the Seahawk itself is a Native American thing. I think just the art for it looks Native American.
It's in the same style.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not literally like a hawk god or something that they worshipped.
That's what, But it could be. I have no idea.
Well, we can't even touch bald eagle feathers, so it makes sense that it might.
I don't know.
Yeah, if you Google a picture of a Seahawk, it looks nothing like their emblem.
What's the hawk that they have, at the show? Is that a Seahawk?
I don't think it is. It's a hawk that you see in the area.
I thought Seahawks were just a class of bird. Is it a specific kind of bird? I thought it was all of the hawks that live near the sea. Like a Seahawk.
Oh.
That's what I thought.
It looks smaller. It's a lot smaller than the bird that they bring out.
Oh.
Yeah, like it looks it doesn't look nice. I mean, it's like really. It looks like it has issues.
Okay.
Phallically,
Weird.
Just like.
Yeah.
Could have been the dodo birds.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I don't know.
No, I just think it's a cool logo, and like people are so amped on this 12-man thing that they like completely ignore the Seahawks.
Yeah.
And that to me, that's boring.
Yeah.
They're choosing something lame over something awesome.
Yeah. A little bit.
Yeah.
I can understand.
I think it's laziness. I think it's pure like. Put a 12.
It's all a little ways
so
too.
we could get a poster with a 12.
We could have had and
it's
like
just
okay,
so to me.
What was it like the 90? Was it 92 or 93 Mariners that refused to lose season? I mean, they had a phrase. It was refuse to lose.
Yeah.
That was the phrase. There was no phrase this year. There was no. Like the 12th man. It's like that kind of took the place of any sort of like chant.
I didn't realize there was supposed to be
or go Hawks, or I guess that's what the phrase. Well, no. But not that you used to have a phrase, but it was there. It was refused to lose because they
going around quite a bit.
Huh?
Are you mad, bro?
What's like the 49ers or something?
What's his name? That's Sherman's. Are you mad, bro?
Yeah. Well,
nice.
Way to go, Seahawks. That was fun.
Yeah.
We'll see if.
But I'm more excited about the most latest sport event of
the sport stuff.
The sport event of the. I wish I knew the number. The Olympics.
Yeah.
Right. In Russia, no doubt. Of all places.
By number.
Like how many there's been?
It's the 86th annual
Academy
Awards. Is it the 22nd?
Winter Olympics?
Yeah.
Could be every 4 years.
Yeah.
Huh.
Anyway,
Possibly.
I'm excited about the Olympics, and it just made me remember that I need to get my nephew to make my computer Canadian because I need to be able to watch the Olympics online for free.
Huh.
Because NBCOlympics.com, you have to
How do you
log
make
in.
your computer Canadian?
Oh, really?
Like .com,
you get your nephew to do it.
You
have to change IP addresses to
www.poutine.com.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow. That sucks.
Yeah, well, you have to log in with a cable thing for NBCOlympics.com. But CBC, which is Canadian Broadcasting Company, has their coverage free online, but you have to have a Canadian IP address.
Right.
And so Christopher's going to make my computer Canadian because I need to watch the Olympics.
She's going to hack it.
Yeah.
If you ever want to get out of the house, come on over.
Yeah, we have it all on demand.
I know, but you guys have cable, right?
Well, we have on demand too, so you can
nice.
watch whatever.
I do remember the last Olympics I was at your guys' house, and I watched the crap out of it.
Yeah.
I like the snowboarding.
Yeah.
I like the half pipe and the what do they call it, the terrain parks,
the slope style.
Yeah,
I like the races, the border cross and the skier cross.
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
Where
too.
they like a team of 5, and you just get down the hill as quick as you can.
Yeah, that's pretty cool too.
Yeah, I like the downhill as well, like skiing downhill. Where it's just get down as quick as you can.
Not rolling downhill.
No, hopefully not.
I usually bounce.
Olympic
I
hill
bounce
rolling.
Gravity usually helps me down the hill.
That's true.
They should have sledding next one.
They kind of do. That's the luge, right?
Yeah. Well,
true.
Okay, I stand corrected. Yeah, they do have sledding.
They really need
that's
tubing.
bobsled. Luge
Yeah, there we go. Inner tubing, right?
Tubing
when you're laying on the thing.
Yeah. Where they or hooky bobbing.
Yeah,
Where they get behind cars and get drugged. You ever done that? we used to take electric tape and tape the bottom of our shoes so they were slick.
Electric
and
tape?
then so run around and we
did a lot of electrical tape shenanigans.
Yeah. But then we would just get behind cars and hang on for dear life,
Wow. We got towed by a rope on an inner tube behind it. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
we did that too. We get in parking lots with vans. And,
we did a lot of that.
I was thrown directly into a mailbox.
Oh no!
So that's what happened.
Yeah. One bent this way. I really did. My head touched my ankles. I felt. I was like 12.
Crazy. But did you guys watch any of the opening ceremonies or any of the things?
Yeah, we watched.
Did you guys see the Russian police choir sing "Get Lucky"?
No.
I saw it online. It is the most hilarious thing because it's Russians, so they could barely pronounce the words.
Right.
In police uniforms, 2 young guys doing the solo, and they're like trying so hard to be like hip. but they're in police uniforms, and then all these old dudes. And there's like one guy standing right behind a solo who has this face that's like like the gulag face with like a Ron Swanson mustache, and he never sings. And I think he's just there to look scary, and he's just like he looks terrifying. Wow. And he's got the dress uniform with the cords and the big weird hat,
like kind of like a Yukon Cornelius sort of.
I have never laughed harder in my entire life, and like. It just goes on and on, like it's the whole song, and like they don't know how funny they are, and it keeps just like showing people in the choir, and they all have these like hilarious old man Russian faces.
I'll have to look that up.
It's so
it's on YouTube.
awesome.
Yeah, we'll have to check that out.
It's definitely. I posted it on Facebook.
And that's the Daft Punk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wow.
It's hysterical.
Right on.
Yeah, that was my favorite moment.
I always like to see what the people's wearing.
Yeah.
When people with a real strong accent do covers of songs, whether it's Oriental or Hispanic or whatnot, it's funny.
It's really funny to me. I didn't watch the parade. I watched just because I was watching it all online. So I just saw it in clips, so I didn't get to see like where everybody walks through, even though I liked that. But I was at a concert, and by the time I got home, I was so tired. I was
one of the least favorite outfits I think that everybody was wearing was the United States team.
The really crazy, crazy
they
ant
were
sweater.
Idiots. They were like, let's find some grandma, have her knit a sweater, and copy it.
They
were
not
atrocious.
Good. Yeah, they're really not good.
When someone was saying
look great.
Tommy Hilfiger designed them or something, and that's just like.
Are they red, white, and blue?
Yeah, but they're like, I'm not kidding, they're like a cacophony of pattern on this sweater.
Yeah, it looks patchwork and just
you have the Olympic sign right here.
Yeah.
You have like the stars, or you have the stripes here. Then you have stars.
Yeah,
and it's this navy. It's
just hideous.
Yeah,
it's hideous.
Super
my favorite though was South Korea, I think, because they're just all white and streamlined looking. And, there were some really neat ones, and then other kind of duds.
I like Spain.
I like
it. They had like a sweater, shirt, and tie, and then the coats were nicely tailored, cut like a pea.
Well, I like more the dressy up kind of looking.
I like that too.
Yeah, I don't. I like more of the winter sport. Look like you're gonna about ready to hit the hill hard,
Well, I like that too, but and there was the one where that had the gray and the white that faded in. That was pretty.
Yeah, who was that?
And then you're like,
no. They had a really neat.
European.
There was a real wintry pattern, but it was red and gray. But it had like a lot of multi-tonal things going on with it. I forget who, but probably Norway, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'll have to look at it.
Yeah, but
like I said, I didn't get to watch it.
So
I'm so
who do you think's
behind
gonna
on
dominate
Olympics.
the sport usually?
Well, I'd go with Russia,
Winter,
but
so,
just because they're the favorites and whatnot. But I really haven't looked at the athletes or whatnot to really make any
Norway
kind of
usually takes
assessment.
up quite a bit too, right?
They do.
Norway.
I watched
Sweden
the
had a pretty
preliminaries.
big team, so they might take home quite a few.
Nice.
Yeah.
I watched the preliminaries of female figure skaters and realized they're all, like, one of them has been to 2 Olympics, but I didn't know any of them. I was like, how come I don't know any of these names?
Yeah.
It's really weird to me. They haven't done a good job of, like, branding the U.S. athletes, I think, this year.
Well,
I mean, there's, like, Shaun White. Is he even competing?
Yeah, well, he actually,
And Apollo Ono. Who
he's not.
Is he not?
No.
Oh, because I saw a thing for him about the Olympics. He must be announcing or something.
Oh, yeah. He's
but I didn't
definitely
realize
part
he
of the
was a Seattle
announcement.
native.
Oh, yeah.
He did?
Yeah. His
no
dad
idea.
cut hair down in Tacoma.
Oh, really?
Right? Is that right? No, where?
His dad cuts hair in Seattle.
Oh,
he's a hairdresser.
Okay.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
I didn't
totally.
even realize. I was like, right on.
Yeah, we
Speed
got to-
skating is
Still rocking the soul patch. Or
Totally.
I watch the speed skating like I watch NASCAR for the wrecks. I do.
Oh,
I
sure.
Yeah, they just when they wipe out. I don't want to see them get hurt, but they just mash up.
Oh, yeah. Especially the smaller tracks.
Yeah,
Right.
totally.
Short track,
I love watching it too because they look like so weird in the costumes because they have those giant tree trunk legs.
Thighs,
There's
man.
muscles
Dude,
put in like a
Yeah.
garbage bag that has the air
Yeah.
sucked out of it.
Well,
like,
I rather like that look on the women. It's them and the downhill skiers.
well, that's the thing though. Is like
Sorry.
the dudes kind of have a female look in the speed skating because they're so
right.
tree trunk
Right.
leg. and like slimmer on top.
Their legs are like the size of my torso.
Yeah. It's like, have you seen the triplets of Belleville?
Yeah.
Where they have like the cyclists, they have like these just gargantuan freaking legs, and then at the tops are like these twig kind of very top. Triplets of Belleville is an awesome cartoon.
Have you seen it, Scott?
It's a French cartoon. Very the characterizations in there are just magnificent. And the music is great.
It doesn't have any dialogue, does it?
A little bit, but you don't really. It's one of those you just watch it and absorb it.
No dialogue, and you don't even care.
Yeah, you don't. You don't.
How the kids got into bicycling.
Oh, sure.
What's it called?
Triplets of Belleville.
Triplets.
There's
okay.
3.
Okay, Belleville.
Yeah. It's really good.
Yeah.
I think it won an Academy Award.
Oh yeah.
Or I think actually it might have won 2.
No, I know the music.
I think
got
won,
something. Yeah.
And I think it was song and score, maybe.
Okay.
I remember something like that. Huh. Anyway, it was really, really good.
Yeah.
But I'm behind on the Olympics. I mean, just because of this concert all this week, I would have watched a ton. But I do really love
Shaun White should have dropped the slope style.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he dropped out of it and kind of pussified him a little bit.
No.
In my opinion. In my opinion,
no.
Yeah, he's like, I just want to focus on getting another gold so I can have a triple thing.
I'm gonna argue with that.
Okay,
Sorry, there's gonna be a spousal fight.
I'm surprised he's still competing because he is up at the end of the age limit.
His 4th Olympics.
Yeah.
Well, no, his 3rd. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's his 3rd.
Okay.
Well, he's
been still, that's like 16 years.
He's been sponsored by both professional skateboards and snowboards since he was 14.
Yeah, totally.
The youngest.
Yeah.
He's probably my age, right?
He's already
No.
He's
probably a little younger.
Oh, 20s?
Yeah.
Oh, crazy.
I want to say early 30s. I bet he's in his 30s. Early 30s.
I think he's in his late 20s.
But if he's done 3 Olympicses...
That's 12 years.
12 years, isn't he?
12 years.
Well, he started
this is his
14,
3rd,
so...
Yeah, I guess he could be late 20s, early 30s.
Who knows?
He has a old lady face,
Google
so
knows.
I always think he's
He
older.
shouldn't have signed up in the first place then. Don't do it and then drop out.
The reason why he dropped out is because he hurt himself and he wanted to do the half pipe because that was his thing.
Well, then don't do anything if you're hurt.
Thank you.
Rick doesn't. We're not allowed to fact check on the air.
I didn't know.
Now Scott's getting his phone out. The precedent has been ruined.
I'm
just teasing.
My pocket was buzzing.
So if you had the opportunity to get a gold, and you had 2 events, and one of them you were like, oh, I might hurt myself. This is weird. But
I'd have thought about it before I committed to it.
You'd go, oh well, since I can't do both, I'm not doing anything.
No. He shouldn't have dropped out of it if he went into it to begin with, because then it just makes him look like he didn't think he would. Well, let's try it, but this person might be doing it, so I'm not.
I gotta go with Alex on this one.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just saying. I mean, if he was worried about it, then just do the 2, and to go for it. Right.
Just do the 2 if he's worried. If
he's doing 3 events, right, and then he drops out of 1, because he might not win a gold.
Yeah.
Because he was injured, Rick.
If I was worried that doing 1 would injure me worse, and then I would do worse in the other 2, I would for sure drop out of the 1.
And give time to heal or whatever.
And do better in the one that you think you can take the gold in.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
Well, I don't need to be right. I just...
You just want him to do all of the events.
No, I want him to follow through with his commitments.
Okay.
There we go. That's it.
Just buy his gum.
He has gum?
Yeah.
He has
what
gum.
does
he has his Shaun White. Is I'm sorry,
Is it a teeth whitening?
No, I don't know. It would have been appropriate if it was a cinnamon flavored gum, but it's not.
There you go. Is it ginger flavored?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I was gonna say that. I was gonna go red hair. It's something like
carrot and ginger flavored gum.
Like those gums at
Gatorade.
No, it's not Gatorade. It's like the flavored gums at
the
dried gums. Yeah.
What's that? Zebra gum?
No. What is it? Fruit stripe?
Yeah, fruit stripe. Yes.
I used to love the tattoos you could do with the wrappers.
Yeah.
That you lick them basically with your hand and do a little.
Really? They had tattoos?
Tattoos.
I didn't know that.
The gum wrappers, if you licked your hand, you could push it on your hand and make a tattoo.
It always made it's like I'm always made my stomach hurt. I don't know why.
Because it's like it's every horrible ingredient you can. It's like the worst
Yellow,
gum ever.
5, 9, 12.
Why do I feel sick? Because it's killing you. That's
it's
why.
Murdering you from the inside. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay. Well, my favorite part of the opening exercises before we hop off this subject was when the Russian ladies were twirling those string things.
Oh, I didn't see them. Was it rhythmic gymnastics?
Yeah. Oh, they had a super long. It was kind of like that, but it was like this hoop with these draped
almost like beads,
like beads or strings, and they were like exactly as tall as they were, and they were highly reflective. I don't know if they were lit.
Okay.
And then they would just spin. They would just constantly spin, and they would flip out, and they would push the top of the hoop that their head fit through up and down, and it would make these neat patterns, and they were all.
It just looks like they're floating.
And then they would stop, and then all the okay. Imagine like you know how the doorways with the beads that hang down. It's kind of like that, but like all like a shower curtain.
Yeah, totally.
You know? And then they're spinning around, and then when they stopped, it would all sort of like wrap around them.
Yeah.
But it was exactly as tall as they were, so they were like these little cages.
Weird.
Yeah, that was really neat.
That's cool.
But that was my favorite.
Right on. Well, the Russians, I mean, if they do anything well, it's dance.
Right.
You know? They're basically like
doing the little with their legs.
Exactly. That is exactly.
Well, they're also known for the ballet and stuff too. So
it's true. The Rick did
the
Russian. Folded.
Yeah.
Like they call it what is it with the beer bottles on their head?
Yeah.
But he did it with his fingers on the table for the listening audience. It was funny.
How about the whirling? They do the whirling dervish too. The whirling dervish.
That's Turkish.
Yeah, that's
Is it Turkish?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, well, it's Eastern European.
Yeah, totally.
It's close.
There's a lot of cool dance from that part of the world.
Oh, yeah.
They just do really, I just think it's really interesting.
Because there's nothing else to do.
That's true.
Drink vodka,
murder
and dance,
each other, drink vodka,
and then
dance.
Procreate.
Yeah, pretty much. Totally.
That's something.
And drink more vodka.
I heard Alaska's going to be the next state to fully legalize weed, even though it has. Yeah, even though it's
used to be.
It's been decriminalized for the longest time because they're conservative, but they're a libertarian type state, kind of live let live type thing.
Sure.
Right on.
But now they're gonna recreationally make it legal.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smart.
Yeah, that's it used to be back in the day. You could have so much.
You could grow so much for your own, so you can grow your own.
Yeah, but then it changed, like in the 90s, I think.
Yeah, but it's the third domino to fall.
Yeah. Huh.
I would have thought it would have been California a long time ago, and Oregon.
California, though, they are in a conservative phase. Like, we think of them as being really liberal, but the last, 10 years, they've done a lot of really conservative things. Totally.
I think going broke really changed them. Yeah. When they run out of money, it tends to change it.
Yeah, well, they're the second most populated state other than Texas? Is that the first? Because there's more people in California than in Canada. Sorry,
are
I
didn't know
believe
that.
so. In all of Canada. Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, it's one of those things where it's like there are a lot of really religious people in California, and you don't think about it, but they have a huge Latino population, and there are a lot of immigrants, and they're mostly Catholic. And it's just even LA that feels like this liberal place, when they vote really conservatively.
Yeah.
So you have the Hollywood people who are the hipster, similar to Seattle in mentality in a lot of ways, but they are way outnumbered by really conservative people. And then you have non-LA California, which is really conservative.
The
more
farmers.
Utah people than Washington people, in my opinion.
Okay.
But
I wonder what the threshold's going to be before the Fed comes in and tries to impose their will.
I don't. I think there would be so much of a backlash.
Well, it's an interesting conundrum, I think.
I thought they came out Haven't they come out and said like we're gonna leave it alone?
Yeah, pretty much.
By leaving it alone, they've kind of said that.
The stance in this current administration is like, well, it's not worth the money to prosecute anymore.
Right, but Obama said he's not gonna do anything about it in his whole administration. So
yeah, which I think is probably fine.
Yeah, well,
if you don't do anything about it, it's letting it go, and I don't think there should be a federal rule about stuff like that.
Yeah.
We just have too large of a country to have consensus on all things. Like, I think the more stuff that can be regional and state is better.
That was the whole idea of the United States to begin with. A bunch of little petri dishes that if you didn't like the way some state was doing it here, you'd go so that you could go there and do it there. You know.
So. It's true.
And some people move to a certain place to the whole LDS.
Oh yeah, I see.
That we're like chasing the.
Yeah, well, that wasn't even part of the U.S., was it?
No, that's why they were doing it, was because in the U.S. people kept making laws that it was okay to murder Mormons and it was okay to take their property away from them, and so and then polygamy happened, so they just kept like moving farther and farther west to try to avoid all that
until they ran out of space.
Yeah.
But they get as far as they didn't get as far as the water, then did they? Just stopped in Utah.
No.
Yeah.
Though I think a lot of them, I don't know, I heard stories that when they discovered gold, there was this whole conundrum of, a lot of them just went down to California because they were just right there.
Totally.
Let's go get the gold or whatever.
Yeah. Well, because like they have Utah was like the center of it, but Las Vegas was founded by Mormons. Sacramento, I think. There's a lot of places, like not everybody stayed in Utah. A lot of people kept going west.
Isn't that right? Nevada's like the number 2 in population for Mormon.
Yeah.
A lot of that is
3 the Tri-Cities.
Such a low population overall, but there are a lot of LDS people in Nevada. Yeah, it's interesting. Anyway, so Scott, you saw a movie, right?
Yeah, I did. I saw a little movie.
Or a premiere, actually.
A special engagement in Northgate of all places, which a lot of people.
Is it still just one big theater?
No, it's actually a 4story theater. It's built just south of the old place. You got Northgate Mall, and then south of Northgate Mall.
Okay.
And because when I was a kid, I grew up out there, and it was just a twin theater right next to the mall.
Yeah.
But anyway, we saw Need for Speed, starring Aaron Paul.
Nice.
Yeah, and he was there for the Q&A.
Awesome.
Yeah, so of sorts we got to meet him from 30 feet away.
Did they use the Top Gun line in it at all, or did they even say
You know what? No, but if you're a fan of car chase movies, it has a lot of like nods to.
Cool.
Like here's a spoiler. In the beginning scenes, they're in a drive-in and they're showing Bullet in the drive-in, and so you got the Bullet showing, and then they had nods to Smokey and the Bandit, American Graffiti, Blues Brothers.
Oh, cool!
Yeah.
Was it comedic or was it mostly action?
It was a lot of car stuff. But however, it was like it's nothing like Fast and Furious.
Okay.
That's just cartoony CG crap. This is actually.
What about Tokyo Drift? I don't know. I haven't seen any of them. So
yeah. You know what?
You should jump in at Fast 5.
Yeah, was it when they put The Rock in there?
Yeah, it's a really they're enjoyable,
bad,
terrible
I'm a huge
action
Rock
movie.
fan.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
They're bad, but they're good. They're for their.
Okay.
That's how good they are. Or how bad they are.
Sort of over the top good.
Yeah,
totally. Where you're watching it going like, this is nonsense, but it's just fun and big.
Cool.
And
everything's green screen, and you know what I mean. It's just. But this is actually, they used cars, they wrecked cars, and they actually did. It was good. It was a good. But however, the only thing I would say the one knock against the movie, it felt like a sequel to me. Like there should have been a movie before. Like there were.
Maybe they'll do a prequel. Sorry.
Yeah, but also if you played the video games, there's a lot of that feel to it.
Okay, I've heard good things about the video games.
Yeah, it's a good.
I've played the arcade version.
Need for Speed? Yeah, it's and you drive. It's really cool. I like the way it tied in that, and Aaron Paul he's a good actor. He's probably about the best actor. Oh, they had Kid Cudi was in it.
Who's that?
Kid Cudi. He's a hip hop artist. He did the Lonely Stoner song that was popular for a minute.
Oh,
yeah.
I'll have to tune into that. I don't know. I don't follow rap.
When we talked about last weekend, we talked about Michael Keaton make a return for Batman should be in Dark Knight Returns. He's in it. Michael Keaton's in it. Actually, cool. And it solidifies I would really think that he would make a good older Batman because he's still in really good shape.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
nice,
totally.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
Even better than Bruce Willis, huh? That's cool. No, I was teasing.
Well, because he was in the Tim Burton one, and
sure.
I think it would, if he was to do another one, it would be perfect.
Well, he definitely has the voice, I think, which is he doesn't have to the Batman.
It was good. It was he played this eccentric old money billionaire who basically would put on these secret races.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you had to be invited to them.
But he was like the ringleader or whatever.
Kinda. Yeah, no, he would just send invites.
Kind of bankroll the whole ordeal.
He would just send invites and just set up the race, and people would put their cars up against this. It was basically like a race for pinks type of thing.
Nice.
Right. Okay.
Winner take all. Yeah.
And is it out now, or was it?
No, it doesn't actually come out until March.
Limited release. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was. They're taking it on tour right now. Okay. So we were like a number 3 or something in their stop.
Cool.
Yeah. They were.
What's the actor's name again?
Aaron Paul. Aaron Paul. Jesse from Breaking Bad.
Yeah. Cool. You got to see him?
Yeah, he came in and everybody's like, "Good movie, bitch."
Nice. Right on. Cool.
That's really funny.
Did he say bitch at all in the movie, or
no?
Did they do any nods to Jesse? No.
Good for him.
It was good. He definitely does. He did step out of that. He's not. He broke the typecast.
Because he's a good actor. Have you guys seen they released his screen test for Breaking Bad? Like you can, they put it on some show that they were doing before the finale, and they showed his actual screen test where he's like reading from a script and trying different things with the character, and it's like watching him, you're like, he's a brilliant actor. He just does stuff in the screen test that it's like you see the character evolve, and it's so good. Like he's got skills, which I always liked him in that role, but because he's done so little other stuff, it's like, well, maybe he just is that guy.
Right. There's always the
totally building everything he does in that show is purposeful to me.
Yeah, he's definitely he comes through as probably the strongest. He's the strongest character in the movie, and which he should be. And it's good. It's a really good movie. I found out how we got to go to this movie. I thought we solicited them, but they actually found our car club online and invited us.
That was good thinking on their part.
Totally.
Yeah, and there was one of our members actually belongs to another car club. And we had the strongest showing. We took up an entire row.
Oh, cool.
And we gave them shirts. I doubt they'll wear them, but we gave them shirts.
You never know.
I even gave them our from the coffee shop podcast card too.
Oh, cool.
Never know.
Cool. Sure. That's super fun. I love doing stuff like that.
And I tweeted at him twice, so no response, but still follow him on Twitter.
Tweeting.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get to the movies. The Oscars are coming up soon, and I mean, this week I've been so busy, but I still need to see Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay.
I just need to see it. So cool. I need to see many things.
I heard it's really good.
Yeah.
I have not seen it yet.
I've heard from people who know movies and are into it that it's fantastic, and from people who don't know movies and like crappy movies that it's terrible, which is a very good sign.
So it's got mixed reviews.
Right, but then you look at the person who's going like, ugh, that movie was awful, and you look at the other stuff they like, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna like it.
Sure. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'm excited to see it.
An interesting thing if Netflix started doing that, like if they had like a thumbs down, and you agree that you won't like this movie based on these guys, or
that would be nice.
They don't have a rating system? I thought they did.
Well, I guess they do, but I think they only factor
generalized.
your 4 and 5 stars, and they don't really consider your 2 or 3s or whatever.
Well, because I've taken a movie that was like, I didn't like it, and given it 2 stars, and then it'll say other movies that you might like, and they're similar to the thing I just gave 2 stars to. And
I don't understand that at all. Here's what you'll think is crappy as well.
Right, they used to have a way better algorithm. It's gotten much worse because they used to be able to predict really well what I would like, and now it's not at all. And
perhaps they go by the duration. If you watch it all the way through, you might like those kind of movies or something.
Well, I don't think it's okay. So, like with music, there's Pandora. You're familiar with that,
right?
They actually deconstruct the music, and it's got this element, that element, this element, and then they correlate all the songs based on the content.
Yeah.
Whereas like Last FM and Netflix and whatnot, they basically strictly just go on what people think. Okay, so X amount of people have liked this much, and this much, and there's not. It's just it's all based on user feedback rather than a real analysis of the content.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Totally. And they used to have a feature on Netflix that was your friends. And you have a friends list.
Right.
Yeah. I loved it. And they got rid of it.
It was like this big sort of almost social networky thing.
Which was awesome because I was friends with a bunch of people who had really good taste in movies.
Yeah.
And I would go see what they rated things, and I'd go, oh, this person really liked this. I'm going to watch it.
Your similarity, your like
good.
similarity.
Yeah.
Didn't they also have like you could actually bring up like a chat at one time where you could chat with people?
Yeah. If they did, I didn't use it.
Yeah, they so missed the boat on that. They could have been
sold.
They
They
split the company into 2 different factions.
Because it used to be run by people who were really movie buffs.
Yeah.
And now it's run just kind of as a business.
Right.
But you could tell because at the very beginning, the kinds of things they had on there were like so for people who are like they would tell you like what format things were filmed in and stuff.
They
it was
would have
like really
ads.
movie people.
You could watch the trailer right there from the site. They got rid of that, and they had this one part where you could just here's all the trailers of the movies that we think you'll like, and you just hit play, sit back and watch trailers all day. If you wanted to, but
it's gotten way worse, and now they don't have the queue anymore. They have My List, which is like you just can't do as many things like you used to. I used to go through and like reorder my queue all the time, and now it's just like a list that like there's no order to it.
You do the watch online, right?
Yeah.
We do the DVDs that mail to
you.
They still have the queue. Cool, because they need to know what order that they're going to send.
Perhaps maybe the people who enjoy movies kept the CD part of it.
Exactly. Yeah, I kind of see why they did it, because maybe they were thinking that we don't want to be redundant. There's plenty of places on the net for people to do the movie stuff, and especially with Google and how they're and IMDb, how they're sort of getting a little more movie friendly with the social aspect of it. I fell in love with
Netflix because I watched the content and it's like it wasn't it wouldn't renew. Like it's like I pretty much watch everything I want to watch. And now I'm paying you $8 for what?
You must not be that into documentaries and or TV because they are always like 2 of the Academy Award nominated documentaries are already on there. I never run out of documentaries.
I watch the documentaries, but like the TV is always a season behind.
We can't. And you're always 3 months behind on any movie, and then we still do the DVDs, so you still got to wait for
it has to be released.
The DVDs to be available.
Right.
So
life is so hard.
I know. We're still stuck in the early 2000s.
I stopped doing the DVDs a long time ago because. Just because the streaming library got so big that I was like, I canceled it for a while, thinking, well, when I'm out of the streaming movies, then I'll reactivate the DVDs, and then I just never ran out of streaming movies.
Well, when we get like a new TV and then some means of getting internet into the living room, I'm sure we'll switch over. We just haven't got there yet. So.
Totally.
But it all starts with the new TV, which we just had to recently purchase a new computer, which we're thrilled with. We love the new computer, but it's not in the living room. So.
Right.
Put it on wheels and put it in the living room.
There we go.
Sometimes I wish my TV was on wheels because I want it to go into my bedroom so that I can lay in bed and watch it.
Nice. There we go.
It's because I'm lazy. But I usually
watching TV from bed is the greatest stuff.
That's the stuff there. I always envisioned having a TV on my ceiling.
Me too.
In my bedroom.
Yeah, that way you don't get that neck.
Yeah, no, you just lay and look up.
Here's my dream setup. You guys ready? This is dream room.
Yeah.
All bed, no floor.
Yeah.
TV on the ceiling, hatch in the mattress.
Next to the mirrors, right?
Huh? Yeah, exactly. You gotta see how you look.
Yeah.
Hatch in the mattress that you pull up with a fridge in it.
There you go.
So then you pull the hatch on the mattress, and then you open the fridge and you have a soda
with a slide-out table from the wall.
Exactly. And then you can close it. Maybe you can flip the hatch over and it's a hard surface.
There you
go.
Can
put your drink on it.
Nice.
But you never have to leave your bed.
Nope.
Ever.
No. Little mail slot on the side.
Totally. Maybe a bathroom implement of some kind.
There we go. Yeah.
Haven't quite worked that one out.
Hopefully it's a little bit further away from the fridge slot.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, good times.
No, an IV. There you go. Then you have to worry about food.
Yeah, totally.
Just wear astronaut diapers.
That's for sure.
Totally.
I just gross myself out.
Astronaut diapers.
Astronaut diapers.
Or depends. It depends.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I have to leave soon because I have a concert today. It's the last concert of the women's chorus.
Yeah, how's that going?
Really good. People love it.
Cool.
I give it a B- in terms of interestingness of content. Like, we're doing it really well, but it's just kind of okay to me. Yeah. But the best part of the whole thing, our first half is 40s jazz with a big band, which would be great, but the songs are bad. There's so much jazz. They picked weird songs that are just kind of like...
Were they trying to be kind of eclectic and kind of avant-garde with it a little?
Yeah, I think they were trying to appeal to people who are nostalgic about the 40s because they lived in the 40s. Oh. You know what I mean?
Not what
like my grandmother.
We think the 40s are like. So like what they did with the 60s?
Exactly. So the songs are like the best song we do is Lady is a Tramp.
Okay.
And like that's like we do Minnie the Moocher, which is a great song. But like it's just like okay. Yeah. And the big band is like behind us. There's just stuff about it I don't
Mac
like.
the Knife?
No.
Or would that be cliche?
What?
Would that be too cliche?
Maybe. I would have loved to do Mac the Knife.
Yeah.
See, those, like, we're not doing really well-known jazz songs, and that's what's weird to me. Like, I feel like we should have done more. We're doing, like, one called Sophisticated Lady that's just, like, the biggest turd in the pants.
Oh, no.
And one called Nobody's Sweetheart that every time I sing, I'm just like, it's just a brain-dead nothing of a song with no melody. Like, it's so bad. But the second half is a new musical about Rosie the Riveter. And it's just like a short, you know, we're doing all these, like, we can do it, like, yay, working women are awesome thing. And then in one of the songs, which I always found the music a little bit cheesy, there's one song we do that I love. It's called Mama's Building Bombers, and it's about, like, it's like this dance thing. Anyway, it's really fun. Cool. But there's this really cheesy song at the end about like how they opened all these doors and like what all this stuff, and I've always found it really cheesy. But then they have invited local women who were in the Rosie the Riveter movement, and they bring them on stage, and they are these like adorable like 95-year-old women, and the second they set foot on stage, it's burst into tears, like, and I was totally not expecting it, but the first day was this, like, tall, elegant Asian woman with, like, beautiful hair and curls on, and she, like, walked out and was just, like, waving, and I was like, she's so beautiful, and just, like, erupted in tears. And so last night, it was, like, 2 nights in a row of me just like sobbing on stage, and so I was like, I'm not gonna look at him, and so I just stared at the spotlight.
Go into the light.
Totally. And like I was like, I'm not even looking at him. And like after the thing, everyone else was like, oh, that was the best one, and I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I am impenetrable.
Yeah, what was that? The Fight Club? Is that the movie where he goes to his happy place?
Yes, exactly. It was so my happy place. Because it's like so moving, because they're like, and like a couple of the ladies, like Saturday afternoon there were 6 women who worked during World War II. And we were talking to them after, and one of them was like, this is the best thing that has ever happened in my life, because I loved that time, and I feel like people kind of forgot about it, and now to like watch you guys memorialize it is like amazing to me. And it's like listening to people say that, you're like, just like it's very moving.
It was kind of like that time too. The guys went off to fight, and the women came out and they built the machines for the guys to fight with. And then when the guys came home, they were like, all right, you're done.
Yeah, and there's a song in it where it's like the stage has all these women like dressed as workers, and they're like pretending to do jobs, and as we sing it, they slowly go away, and it's about how like it was this big empowerment and then a way big pullback in the 50s to like send people back into housewife roles, and then how it how it evolved and stuff. Anyway, it's really interesting.
Boeing actually owes a lot of its success to
women. Our grandma was in the Korean War. She was a chemist. She was kind of like, and I remember talking to her one time about how she's like, well, all the guys are off at war, and so I was like, hey, I'm gonna go get a job.
And it was Grandma Hurson?
Grandma Hurson, yeah. Oh, cool. And I was like, wow, that's really kind of awesome.
Well, I know Grandpa Entrop worked for Boeing during
did he?
the war, so yeah.
Totally. Yeah, we've got a lot of Seattle roots of a lot of stuff.
Well, and Grandpa Hurson obviously was in the war.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, totally, in Korea.
Well, and
totally.
Jamaica.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I don't know that much about Grandpa Hurson for some reason. Anyway.
Yeah, well.
He's very quiet about stuff, but... Anyway, well, so I got a jet pretty soon.
Okay.
But we're at about the hour mark. We're getting pretty close.
Cool. Well, I guess anything else that needs to be brought to our listeners' attention?
Yes. Get your asses on our Facebook page.
There we go.
Get on there. Quit being lazy.
Scott just turned into like Grandpa Scotty.
Yes.
Listen, kids.
Get to work.
God damn it.
Get your skateboards off my board.
I know we're doing this for fun, but man, I want to see something happen.
Yeah.
It is fun.
Yeah.
We need to get some stuff going to get some interactions happening with people. So we'll work on that.
I found a weird energy drink actually this weekend called Morning Wood.
Nice.
and the picture is a chicken. Its neck is elongated and the body looks like nuts. It looks like a big.
Okay.
So does it give you a boner?
No.
No, is it like yerba mate or whatever?
False
what do they do at GNC?
And I found cannabis energy drink too.
Oh.
Does it have cannabis in it?
No, it's false advertising too. It says it's a hemp energy drink, but it was yummy. It was really good.
Yeah.
Right on.
You know, I was really wide awake. I had the munchies all of a sudden. Yeah.
I bet you it's more driven to the corn. What's that? High fructose corn syrup, probably.
Probably.
Oh yeah, loaded with mercury. All the essentials.
Nice. That'll be interesting when we get to that phase of having like packaged, manufactured stuff with weed in it.
Yeah, well,
that's probably a long way off, but just because of regulation and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a big hump to get over with the federal stuff, I think, before that happens, because I think that's about when they would step in, if they do.
Right.
Is once you can go to 7-Eleven or the store or the grocery store,
then they're like,
buy
wait a minute,
buy your candy
Isn't
or your.
They're going to be doing it here, because they're trying to make it more like a liquor store type of environment.
Yeah, that's the next step they're taking it to, where they'll start selling products.
The medical dispensaries, but without the medical card requirement.
Right. Well, they already have that in Colorado.
Yeah, they started that this month, right?
I think so. Yeah, there was like lines around the dispensaries, and they were like out.
They ran out.
Yeah.
They ran out of weed. There's a drought in Colorado. In the desert, there was a drought. Imagine that.
Shocking. Yeah. Colorado's a desert?
High Plains desert.
Didn't know that. I didn't spend that much time in Colorado.
Mile High Club without getting on the plane.
Cool.
That's a Beastie Boys reference.
Nice.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in.
Yay.
Have a safe week out there in all the snow, and have a good week.